Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today I want to talk about Turkey Day. It's almost time for that again, and I want to highlight a couple of items that are always found on the Thanksgiving table. Without these two items, it just wouldn't be the same, and you have to have these two things there. So if you want to find out what those two things are that I'm talking about, then just stay tuned and let's go to the kitchen. So we're at the stove, and as you can tell, I am standing next to a boiling pan of water. Why am I standing next to a boiling pan of water? Well, let me show you. So as you can see, I have some eggs. So now you know that we are going to be making some boiled eggs to turn into deviled eggs, which will go on your Thanksgiving table. So I wanted to make a video on this because I now do my boiled eggs totally different than I used to do them. I used to start my pan on the stove with cold water, put your eggs in there with the cold water, put it on the stove, put a lid on it, wait for it to come to a boil, and then turn the heat off and let them sit for 10 minutes, and boom, you have hard-boiled eggs. But they didn't peel very well. It's always a problem, you know. You try to make your deviled eggs and you end up with half of your egg white in the shell. It's just frustrating. So I saw on an app that if you start your water boiling, as we are, as you can see, and then take your eggs and carefully put them in your water, the boiling water. Then they will come out and they will be so easy to peel, you won't believe it. I was really surprised myself. I didn't think this would work as well as it did. But oh, they're cracking already. But it's okay. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we now have eggs right out of the fridge going into a pot of boiling water. Let's see if I can angle you down a little bit. There we go. Woo! That scared me. So we're going to put the lid back on. I think I'll just turn it down just a touch, like that. And then we're gonna let them boil for 12 minutes, I found is the magic number. And right after they're done boiling, I'll shove them under some cold water real quick and throw some ice on them. And then I'll show you how to peel them. And I mean, how well they peel. You know how to peel eggs, come on. But I'll show you how well they peel and put together some deviled eggs. It's one of my husband's favorite snacks. I don't make them very often because, like I said, it's just what we have always on Thanksgiving, and my husband would just be so disappointed if I didn't have those on the table. So I thought I would make them a week early and give him a little extra treat here when he comes home. And we'll move on to the second thing. I talked about two things earlier, so let's move on to the second. While my eggs are cooking away there, I have another pan on the stovetop here. We have a couple of tablespoons of butter. You see? Those are melting down because, and we have a little 9x13 pan here. And we have all these things out because we are going to be making dinner rolls. So this is by the brand Rhodes. Usually, those are cold right now. Usually you have those big fluffy white dinner rolls from the bakery section at the store. But I discovered this type of rolls through the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond. So I find these in the freezer section with the frozen breads and pizza dough, that type of thing. And you have to remember to start them quite a ways before you want to eat them. So I usually try to start them like 4 or 5 hours before we're ready to eat. And it starts off with just some butter, melted butter, and then you put it in the bottom of the pan. Take out your dinner rolls. They're going to be frozen. They're little rolls of dough. Okay, I can't talk. So you put them in the pan, roll it around in the butter, top it with a towel, put it in a nice warm area of your kitchen and let them rise. And then when they're ready to bake, then you brush on some more melted butter on the top, along with some, I know what my dog's doing, so he's lurking around, some butter and some rosemary also. And they're really good. My family loves them, and they just prefer these rolls over those fluffy dinner rolls that you get out of the bakery section. And those sell out a lot faster than these. You can always find those in the freezer. So our butter is melted. I'm gonna pause actually, and I'm gonna readjust here so you can see better. Hold on. Okay, the butter is melted. I turned it off. I was just gonna use the scissors to open this bag, but I saw it had a tear here, right here, so I'm gonna do that instead. So you open up the package, and it looked like this, a big old clump of rolls. So we have our hot butter here. So I'm just going to put it on the bottom of the pan of the 9x13 baking dish. And then, ooh, these ones are, hold on, okay, I'm back. That was quite the chore getting those out of the package. So we have 9 rolls here, and then you just kind of roll them around in the butter to get them all coated in the butter. And depending on how many people you have coming over to eat, I usually make enough so that everybody can have 2 rolls each. And another tip in the recipe, it says to cook them in a cast iron pan. And I've done that a couple times, and then I finally learned a better way, which is this. The bottom of the rolls cook too fast, and they get too done and hard and too crunchy. And like the middle is good, but they just get too done too fast. So I did it like this one year, and it worked out so much better, and I'm glad I'm doing it this way instead. And you want to space them a little bit. You don't want them like really, really close. Whatever, if they're kind of close, it's fine, but you just want to give them a chance to rise. So we got those in the pan. And then you want to get a towel. Okay, let me move you back a little bit here so you can see. And then my kitchen is pretty cool. You can hear my dishwasher. I'm sorry, I started it. Maybe I should have waited, but so it's a cool. Whoa, you almost fell. Are you okay? Are you okay? So my kitchen is pretty drafty and kind of cool this time of year. My house is just pretty cool this time of year. So I like to just put them in the oven, cover them with a towel, and put the oven light on, and that's enough heat to help the rolls to rise. So let's just aim you back down. Oop. My eggs are done. So I'm gonna hurry up and get these in the oven and just let them hang out in there with the light on until I'm ready to get them baked off. So turn our stove off. I get myself a pot holder. Like I planned that. And then couple of them cracked, so it doesn't look very pretty in here, but it's okay. Let's go over here towards the sink. My tripod is broken, you guys, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you dizzy, I promise. But anywho, turn on the cold water. And pour them off. Just like that. Just like you normally do now. You cool them off really fast. Like I said, a couple of them cracked in there, so please excuse that. It doesn't look very wonderful. So I'm just gonna put some cold water in here now. Just like this. Okay. Set them right there. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some ice. Okay, so I'm going to let these cool for a few minutes, and then I'll bring you back to peel them, and then we'll make our deviled eggs. All right, so the eggs are cool, so there's one. So I'll show you how easy it is to peel these. So look, I mean, look at, perfect. Let's do another egg. I was just so amazed at how well these peel. I mean, they're just, it's amazing. Just like that. So easy. It's awesome. And also there's always, on the Thanksgiving table, there is always a little like bowl of whole olives, black olives, just plain old black olives. Who else? Anybody? Who else did that? Another thing that must be on the Thanksgiving table. Gotta have those olives. Straight out of the can. I mean, drained and put in a nice bowl, of course. But yeah, look, I mean, they just peel like a dream. Look at that. I mean, it's awesome. So try this hack the next time you do boiled eggs. You want to boil some eggs and be amazed yourself. So I'm going to keep peeling these, and then I'll cut one open so you can see the inside. Okay, all the eggs are peeled. So let's just cut one open so you can see the inside, and look how perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty. So perfect. No gray ring around the outside, which means it's overdone. I've done that many times. And if you do that, in my opinion, you might as well just start over, because the eggs at that point are just going to be chalky and dry and not appetizing. So here's my bowl. I'm just going to scoop out the yolks like that. And then this, I'll show you. This is the pretty little plate that I'm going to put them on. I'll do this on Thanksgiving too, just so it has kind of a prettier presentation. So I just put them on the plate here, so they'll be ready for me when I'm ready to fill them up. So I'm just gonna keep going with this, and then I'll be right back. I just want to show you how easy they just kind of, they just kind of squeeze, and the yolks just tumble right out of the whites. It's so fun. Come on. This one doesn't want to do it. But anywho, and I also mentioned that a couple of the eggs cracked in the hot water, like this one. See? It's just not going to be very pretty when I split it, when I cut it in half. See? It just doesn't look very pretty. I had 2 of them that did that. See? The other one. So I just throw them whole in with the yolks, and then I get more filling that way too. Okay, so I'm going to put those guys to the side, and I have my bowl of yolks. So yolk it up. And that's a bad joke. My daughter would so be rolling her eyes at me if she was home. So let's start mashing the yolks up. I always just like to use a fork. It's just easier that way, I think. Don't even think about it, Huckleberry. He's over here looking at me. So he's got to be in my business. Always got to be in my business. So, yeah. Hold, please. Yolks are all mashed up, as well as they're going to get mashed up. So, first we're going to put in some mayonnaise. My favorite. I love mayo. Who else? I love it. I just start out with kind of a little bit to start out with, because you cannot take it out if you put too much in. It's just impossible. Then we have some good old French's yellow mustard, and then I just do a nice little like that. I'll show you like that. Okay. Then we have some, I love dill and eggs together. It's so good. And look, this one isn't open yet. Hold please. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a bunch in to start out with. And then some white pepper. Just so we don't have those black specks for black pepper. Either one is fine, but I'm just going to go with white pepper today. I'm going to sneeze. It just went up my nose. I can feel it. Hold please. Bless me. Celery salt. I love love celery salt. Woo! Alright, so let's mash this all up here. I can tell already we're going to need some more mayo in here. So let's put in another little, I said little, about like that. Let's mix it up. I'm going to put just a little bit of regular salt. Okay, let's give it a taste test. Let's see. A little bit more mayo. A little bit more mayo. Maybe just a touch mustard too. Let's just a little bit, okay? We're not worrying about calories on Thanksgiving. No, we're not. We're gonna eat all the good stuff. All the full fat, carbs, everything. It's gonna be wonderful. I love Thanksgiving dinner. It's so good. Okay. One more taste test. Cheers. I think that'll do. Okay. So you can either fill your egg whites you can put like the filling in a Ziploc and snip off the end, so you can pipe it in and like go the extra fancy route, but this is just for us, and that's just too much trouble for me to go to on Thanksgiving. Okay, I got a lot of other things to do. Okay, I don't need to be messing around with Ziploc baggies. Okay, so I just take a spoon, fill them up, and put them in the fridge. Put a little sprinkle of paprika on the top, maybe a little dill just for garnish, and then yeah, just put them in the fridge until we're ready to go. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so we have our deviled eggs are all done. They're gonna go in the fridge. We're gonna just snack away on them later. It'll be fun. So my rolls are in the oven. They are rising. They're busy. So I'll be back later on this afternoon and I'll show you how I bake those off. So enjoy your afternoon and I'll see you a little bit later. So here are the deviled eggs all done. Look at them looking so proud and nice. I like how they have them, I have them all kind of piled high and a little bit chunky in there. Looks good. Good evening. This is after dinner and I'm ready to bake off my dinner rolls. I have I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons of butter to melt down, and I'm going to brush this butter over the top of the rolls. I'll pull those over in just a second here. Boom. Right there. They rose really nicely. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. And along with the butter, then I'm going to be sprinkling on a little rosemary and salt. And then I'm going to put them in the oven I put them in for 15 minutes and it was pretty perfect right there. The tops were really golden brown and I didn't want to bake them anymore. On the package it says 15 to 20 minutes, but 15 minutes was perfect. So after I did all this, I took them out and we had one and it was really good. They were just perfect. So try these couple of little recipes I have. They're not really recipes, but just try them for your next Thanksgiving and try the new way of boiling your eggs. It is absolutely perfect. I love doing it the new way. It just works out so good. So I'm going to hopefully post a couple more Thanksgiving themed videos in the next week. So have a good evening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.